This is the Sabbath School lesson for the third quarter 2020.
Lesson 10 for August 29 to September 4, ready for teaching on September 5, An Exciting Way to Get Involved, read by Dr. Percy Harrold. Monday, August 31, Small Groups in Scripture. The Bible provides numerous examples of small groups praying, fellowshipping, encouraging one another, and labouring together for Christ. These groups give God's people the opportunity to share responsibilities and fully utilise their varied gifts. That is, small groups also can provide the opportunity for the Lord to use each of us more fully. Question. Read Exodus chapter 18, verses 21 to 25. What providential counsel did Moses' father-in-law Jethro provide that made a significant difference for Moses? Why was this plan so vitally important? Exodus 18, beginning at verse 21, Moreover, you shall select from all the people able men, such as fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s, and let them judge the people at all times. Then it will be that every great matter they shall bring to you, but every small matter they themselves shall judge. So it will be easy for you, for they will bear the burden with you. If you do this thing, and God so commands you, then you will be able to endure, and all this people will also go to their place in peace. So Moses heeded the voice of his father-in-law, and did all that he had said. And Moses chose able men out of Israel, and made them heads over the people, rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s. Every individual in the camp of Israel became part of a group of 10, led by a godly official. These small groups were a place for problem-solving, but they also were much more. They were places of fellowship where problems could be prevented and spiritual life nurtured. They were places of vision where God's plans for Israel could be shared. In groups like this, people could form tight and caring relationships that could help all involved work through whatever the issues were that they were facing. No question, then, as well as now, people struggled with things that others could help them with. Small groups provide opportunities for warm, caring fellowship, spiritual growth, and problem-solving. It is interesting that small group specialists tell us that the ideal size for group interaction is between 6 and 12 people. This is the exact size that both Moses and Jesus employed in forming their groups. Question. Read Luke 6, verses 12 and 13, Matthew 10, verse 1, and Mark 13 to 15. What was Jesus' twofold purpose in calling the disciples and selecting them to be part of his small group ministry? First of all, Luke 6, beginning at verse 12. Now it came to pass in those days that he went out to the mountain to pray, and continued all night in prayer to God. And when it was day, he called his disciples to himself, and from them he chose 12, whom he also named apostles. And Matthew 10, verse 1, And when he had called his 12 disciples to him, he gave them power over unclean spirits to cast them out, to heal all kinds of sickness and all kinds of disease. And Mark 3, beginning at verse 13, And he went up on the mountain and called to him those he himself wanted. And they came to him. Then he appointed 12, that they might be with him, and that he might send them out to preach, and to have power to heal sicknesses and cast out demons. Jesus' purpose in calling the disciples was to prepare them both spiritually and practically for their mission to the world. In fellowship with him, they would grow in grace. In the context of their small group meetings, they would learn how to minister more effectively. Day by day, as they observed Jesus ministering to the needs of people around him, they would learn by observation how to use their gifts. The purpose of Jesus' small groups was both spiritual nurture and outreach. And that brings us to our closing thought for today. Think of a time when you were involved in a small group of people, whatever the circumstances, who cared about each other and who were working for a common goal. What did you learn from that experience that could help you understand the value of small groups in the context of your faith?
Hi there. Thanks for watching this video on the Advent-band Ministries YouTube channel. Please subscribe and click the bell icon to be alerted whenever we upload new videos. So, until we meet him in the clouds, may God continue to bless you.
This lesson was read by Dr. Percy Harrold for Christian Services for the Blind and Hearing Impaired, Christian Record Services for the Blind, the Sabbath School Department, and Hope Channel. You can also listen on the official Sabbath School 4 app and the Apple iTunes app, Sabbath School with Percy Harrold. Remember, God is always faithful.